Zegler trashed the tale with glee,
and now begs the fans to let it be.
but scorned and smug she sealed its fate.
As Snow White arrives, already too late.
Before we get into today's video, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons because YouTube seems to hate our channel.
So offer up your souls, subscriptions, to break the algorithm curse.
And now, on to the video.
And it's not Snow White anymore, It's Mud Brown.
Do you guys remember how Rachel Zegler has been repeatedly just being the most insufferable person ever, saying insufferable things about needing to be paid for being every hour she has the dress on, that we're not going to make it, that it was weird that Snow White was being stalked by the prince and we're not doing that, and then all this, she hates the original and all this kind of stuff. Well, now suddenly, after all that, plus hating Trump supporters, which was another thing, I guess Disney finally had enough and told her to shut up, but she decided in an interview to suddenly do a 360-degree, turn and decided to say that the backlash against Snow White was because fans are passionate about the character. And she's honored to be in the role. Do you think we're stupid?
Yes.
All you had to do was say that the first time, but you couldn't help yourself. People don't remember this, okay? But I'm going to bring it up because barely anybody talks about it, but it needs to be remembered.
Are you talking about when she said that she got this role and she said, no, I'm not bleaching my skin for it?
Yes. When she was cast in the role, the first thing she said before any interview or anything, she put out a tweet that she later deleted that said that she was not going to bleach her skin for the role of Snow White. She literally put that out there on purpose right when the casting was announced. So she was already an insufferable person. And now suddenly she's just changed her tune and we're all supposed to go, oh, yes, slay queen. No.
The only thing she's slaying is the box office.
I'm rooting for the apple. Do me a favor, Rachel. Pick up the apple. Don't take just one bite, take multiple. Shove the entire thing down your gullet and never speak again.
To be fair, if she did shove the entire thing, she would choke because it would completely block her, because an apple that size would completely block her airway and probably explode her esophagus.
In Minecraft.
And, crush her trachea in the process.
In Minecraft.
Sure. As I said on Twitter, back in the day when I did ballet, our recital that year was Snow White. I was cast as the witch who gave Snow White the apple. So can I please do that again, but for real?
I guess Gal Gadot's going to do that. But here's the funniest thing. They were projecting it to be open high, and now it's been projected to the low side of tracking is 48 million. And that might not sound that bad, but let me explain something to you. That's lower than The Little Mermaid, which, by the way, live-action, race-swapped Little Mermaid did not make money. They will say it did, but it did not. It did not break even. This movie needs a ton of money to break even, and it's not even going to make as much as The Little Mermaid. Put that in perspective for you.
Honestly, I'm surprised that the numbers here aren't lower. I figured it was going to be somewhere in the 30 millions.
I think it will drop lower, but we'll see. I would not be surprised if it hits around 40 million. But I honestly don't see people going to see this. There are these weirdo Rachel Zegler stans who will pop up on your posts online, but they literally don't actually buy your products. Rachel, you don't seem to understand this, but the people you're courting, the fans that you're courting, don't support you. They will cry and scream and shout for you on Twitter, but they will not show up to watch your film. And you know what? The biggest way to tell is she was recently at, I think, a game somewhere, I forget what, and they had an ad for Snow White running, and they put her on the Jumbotron, and no one cheered. Not a single person.
Seriously, because nobody cared. Literally nobody cared.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody knows who you are. The people who do despise you. All you had to do was not open your mouth. You made yourself so unbelievably insufferable and you only have yourself to blame.
Seriously. And there's this one comment I saw, and I don't remember where I saw it, that Disney started with Snow White and is going to end with Snow White. And I think it's an accurate statement. I mean, Disney might not actually end, but because they have so many assets to sell, but this will definitely put a dent in their profitability, more than other things already have.
You could have any opinion that you wanted. You could have all the opinions that you had, and you never had to make them public. You could have just put on a smile and acted and pretended. But the fact that you couldn't tells me not only that you're not a good person, but you're not a good actress either. Because if you're a good actress, you should have been able to put your feelings aside and act your way through an interview. Make it look like you actually care about the role you're playing. But guess what? You don't. And you know what? Now people don't care about you. I would be surprised if we see you in anything ever again, because honestly, you've made yourself such a bad name, and I cannot wait for your movie to come out, because I know you're going to be biting your tongue, trying so hard not to blame it on everybody else. But guess what? There's only one person that this is blamed on, and it's you.
Share with your crew, escape life's hell. From spooky memes to advice obscure, here's your dark solace with humor as a cure.